Tremendous win for our team, and obviously that we needed, I think, and I'm unbelievably proud of our guys. Coming off a 5-game losing streak in a game where we didn't feel like we competed Saturday the way we want to, on every night. I thought it was a tremendous response, total team effort, a lot of great contributions. I thought for our guys to play the way we did, have the lead, lose it, and it get tied up, not lose it, but it get tied up, and then just make the plays that we needed to make on both ends to win the game. That was something that was good to see. Had 4 guys in double figures. I thought Eric Smith was phenomenal off the bench for us with how he played and the presence that he brought to the game. And obviously Sam was really good. DeMontre Harris was outstanding. A little bit of everything tonight with 11 and 8. Bruce was showed incredible heart character. I thought he brought us great presence tonight at his position when he was in there. And obviously he's still not completely himself in terms of being able to blow by people, but did some really good things. And really proud of our guys, and something's very positive. We talked about wanting to continue to get better, no matter what, and find a way to kind of get some things going here at the end. And I think tonight is a good sign of that.
Darrin, Warren comes out, scores 14 in the first 10. Then Smith kind of takes over on defense for him and kind of locks him down to the final minute. How instrumental was that stretch of just holding Warren scoreless, especially for Eric?
Yeah, obviously, he was the key coming into the game, and that's what all SEC guys do. They find a way to get shots, and a couple of them, I think we lost them a little bit in our zone, but a couple of them, kid hit some tough shots, and we did a good job of a better job of knowing where he was. I think in that stretch in the first half when he didn't score, and then late game, it was mostly Ramon Galloway. I thought Ramon did a really good job of sticking with them and chasing them down. And huge play by Malik Cook on that ball screen late in front of their bench to step up and be aggressive and get a hand on that ball.
Coach, I can't believe in your opening statement you didn't mention 20 of 22 from the free throw line tonight.
I'm not that surprised about that, honestly. It's just another good thing. We think we got guys that do a good job with that. Obviously that's a terrific number and a great percentage that we may not shoot every night, but look at the guys that shot them. They're guys that show them they can shoot free throws well. So obviously it was important, but that wasn't near as important as the defending and rebounding, and just I think the way we carried ourselves and competed tonight.
First game since the opening game against Vanderbilt where the Gamecocks got more points in the paint. Was that planned tonight, or is that something that kind of developed as the game went on?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of a development during the game. You do that mostly by having somebody you can throw it to in there. And obviously we don't have that. That's the biggest reason for that number. But we did come into the game wanting to be a little bit more aggressive in how we attacked, and it comes from getting out in transition. Several of those were in transition early, where I think Eric Smith really did a good job of pushing the basketball. You do it. We did throw it inside some, and then Sam and then Malik finished a few. But we'll take it again. I think the key was defending and rebounding. It's the first time I think since the LSU game that we won the battle on the boards and defended in a way that we felt like was good.
Obviously a big confidence builder, but does it also add a little something else to know that you can win even when Bruce is kind of off his game?
Yeah, I think again that's a really good sign. As I mentioned, we have 5 guys in double figures, and I thought Eric Smith was just as crucial as Bruce was tonight. Bruce only has 6 points, and yet we still score 79. And so I think that those are things that are all positive signs of where this team is headed, and the good things that are going on with their program right now.
A couple of times I saw you talk to Murphy Holloway a little bit. What were you all chatting about? Was he giving you help a little bit on strategy against his old team?
Murph helping me, Coach? No. No. Murph was just talking. Yeah, Murph. I was listening to Murphy talk. He's got a great personality, and it's a lot of fun. And this isn't the only game that's happened. If you go back and look at the film, so that wasn't no strategy from the bench from our guys. We'll take care of that.
Guys. Share. A monopoly there. Sorry. At what point do you remember the 3 that Sam shot that you were like, okay, I'm okay with this now? At what point did he?
In general?
Yeah, I mean, is it?
I mean, I've always been okay with him shooting. I mean, it's just, you know, now with the team that we have, obviously, you know, it's a little bit more of a need, I think, or, you know, it maybe fits a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, I thought even when I first got here, he was a good shooter. I think what he's gotten better at is understanding how to be ready to shoot and when to shoot. You know, that same shot he hit tonight that sealed the game for us was a shot he might have had 2 years ago, and, you know, just not been ready or understood that, hey man, if I space away and get myself ready, I step in and knock this down. But I mean, I've always thought he could be good. I mean, when did we feel comfortable running things late game to where, you know, either him or Bruce finishes the play and we're okay with it? I mean, I would say this year. I mean, he's a senior, and I think that he's you know, shown that you know, he's going to be ready, and, you know, that's, you know, for what we want to do late game is put our two best offensive guys in a situation where one of them's going to get a shot.
Darren, did you ever worry during this stretch? I mean, these are young guys that they get, I don't know, a little despondent about what they were going through and not be able to fight through it and produce this kind of effort we saw tonight.
Yeah, we've been despondent. There's no question about that. But I think, you know, one, we didn't allow that to happen. You know, and then that's why, again, you know, you hear us, you know, talk to nauseam about, you know, competing and playing hard and fighting, because, you know, ultimately that's going to be what defines your program and gives you a chance night in and night out, you know, regardless of your experience or talent level, even when it's high in both of those areas. And so, you know, it has been a concern for sure. But, you know, I also think that we've got some, you know, some pretty high character kids that, you know, understand what it is we're trying to do here and laying a foundation and build a program. And so I thought it was a tremendous response by them tonight in that area, win or lose.
Darren, was it ever a consideration to maybe just override what Bruce wanted to do and sit him down just to try to get that leg healthy, or was it just he wanted to play so bad that he had to put him in?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's one of those things where he definitely wants to play, and, you know, we've had it checked, you know, double and triple checked, and, you know, it's just not a situation where rest is going to make a huge difference, you know, for it at this point in time. You know, will it help some? Yes. But, you know, I mean, the biggest key is, you know, you're just talking about a guy that's a tremendous athlete, and he just doesn't feel, you know, quite as explosive. But in terms of, you know, anything, you know, being wrong with it or sitting for a game really helping him make such a huge difference, now that's not really the case. You know, when you know, we visit with our medical people, and, you know, it's really hard to keep him out anyway. He's such a competitor.
Coach, with that in mind, Bruce is a dynamic player, but Eric really brought something different to your squad tonight. 7 assists. It seemed like his assist helped your post players. DeMontre had 11. Talk about Eric. Is there any thought to maybe giving him more minutes at the point strictly to get the offense flowing, or maybe even consider starting him over the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, you know, the challenge with that is not putting Eric in, it's what has to happen at the other positions. You know, and then we get really small. You know, with Lakeem being out athletically, you know, Malik's our only option for any size and strength at the 3 spot, which is so incredibly athletic in this league. And so we like Eric out there more when he's playing like he did tonight. And, you know, we like him out there, you know, at the point, and maybe with Bruce at the 2 because of Bruce's ability to score. But at the same time, that, you know, can create some other issues at other positions with who else that we have to play. But you know, again, he was tremendous tonight, and there's no question he brought us a little bit of a different element with how he pushed it and got in the paint. You know, even as late in the second half when we got out and pushed that thing, you know, full steam ahead and jumped it off to Malik for a really big basket there late.
Was it just nice to see your guys smile tonight and obviously celebrate on the court?
Yeah, you know, it really was. You know, we talked about coming into the game, you know, and really, you know, you're part coach, you're part, you know, tactician, you're part dad, you're part drill sergeant, you're part psychologist. I mean, you do all of that, especially with a young group. And, you know, we spent a lot of time last night talking about, you know, guys, this is a team that has played well, you know, win or lose, what led to that. And, you know, really what came out of it was just that, you know, when we just keep focused on playing the next play and competing and playing for each other, you know, that's when we're at our best. And so we talked about that all night tonight. When we were down 8 early, when we got up 12, when they tied it up, just keep playing the next play. And I think our guys really, you know, did a good job of that.
Thanks, guys.